to the sky. Never let adventures pass you by. Be free and follow your crazy dreams. We're living our vision in the RV. Come ride with us and you'll be free.
We really enjoyed our visit to Graceland and Elvis Presley's birthplace last week, but now it's time to find warmer weather in the Gulf Shores of Alabama.
Pulled over to switch drivers.
Yay, now he gets to search for food and fuel.
Because somebody doesn't like to do that, so...
I hate doing that on the fly. Okay. How do I drive again?
Sweet home Alabama.
The first 1-0, I have 1 second and 10. They're going to put him on the line of scrimmage.
So we made it almost to Gulf Shores. We're in, what's the name of this town?
Foley, Alabama, and we're at Lambert's Cafe.
Lambert's? I thought it was Throwed Rolls.
Well, it's the home of the throwed rolls.
Michelle, we were driving along, Michelle was like, we got to stop there sometime. I was like, how about right now?
Yeah.
Good, how are you?
Apple butter, and what'd you say this was?
This is molasses.
Molasses? They're hot and warm.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Seriously? You're gonna eat all... Oh my gosh. Holy cow.
This is their third location. They have 2 locations in Missouri and then this one in Foley, Alabama.
How are the rolls?
Amazing.
Are they...
Did you get that?
I'm not sure I can understand that.
Amazing. They're definitely a 9. Maybe 9.5. They're homemade. They're warm. The apple butter is warm.
That's the one thing I miss the most on a gluten-free diet. I might have to try a little bit. You want another?
Throwing rolls. Yeah. They literally throw the rolls to you. Here's their menu. Might have to pause the video to stop and look at some of this stuff. I'm just going quick.
I got the fried catfish. Big portions.
I got the meatloaf, and their meatloaf, by the way, is gluten-free. Coleslaw, mashed potatoes, more carbs, and peaches.
Oh my gosh. They had all kinds of sides that they walk around and give you. Fried potatoes, black-eyed peas. What else? Some pasta with tomatoes.
Tomato, yeah.
Just all kinds of
And
stuff.
of course the rolls, endless rolls, humongous rolls. Did I say rolls?
That was funny. She's like, I am so full, I can't eat anymore. She pushes her
Oh,
plate
wait,
aside
here's a roll.
and grabs the roll.
If you leave that place hungry, there is something wrong with you.
Yeah, you're hungry.
Something wrong.
I'm rating that place an 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
I'd say it's maybe 9.
Really?
Just the portions and the free food they give you.
It's not the amount, it's the way it tastes. That's what she loves them rolls. Home of the throwed rolls. Just don't throw them up.
Rolls.
They're open 24 hours here, so somebody's always here to check in. Check in to the right. This is quite a
Big place.
big place, yeah. Let's see.
We come up here.
Oh yeah, we're going right here, and we're coming over here, and this is our site.
Yeah.
Now that's one nice thing about this van, even pulling into a dark spot like this. You can already see we got plenty of height. Again, we're not as tall as most RVs. And I can already see what's on the left and right. We don't have to back a big trailer in or anything like that, so it's really simple to back.
Don't, gosh. Oh my gosh.
Did I seriously scare you?
Yes.
Then we got our backup camera here, and I can see as long as I'm following this road on this side, I've already seen what's on the right hand side here. As long as I can see my mirror and see the, not road, but our site, it's an asphalt, I just follow that straight, and I know automatically that I'm going to be straight on that side, and I can just look back and forth between the two. Our hookups are right here, so I'm going to pull up just a little bit.
Oh.
Since we're not very long, and now we're even with them. But since they got gators here, even though I got a light, I think I'll just wait till morning. We got plenty of battery power, right?
Mm-hmm, we do. We
Okay.
just drove like, I don't know, a zillion hours.
Yes, we're at 100%. We got a full tank of fresh, pretty much full.
We're good to
And,
go.
we're good to go.
Let's get our jammies on and watch some TV.
Sounds good. We always
All right.
like to watch TV. On a Sunday night to end the weekend, we'll lay in bed and we try to stay awake to watch something.
Yeah.
And usually stay up till about 11 or midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And then we say, why did we do that?
Exactly.
Michelle wanted to look back here. Check out this. Hey, picnic table, boo boo. Yeah. How about, hey, she ran inside. How dare you lock me out? Yeah. Oh, you must have bought an insurance policy or something.
Nice to have William here for the occasional tea, if it's allowed.
Say good morning.
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 Morning. I've
Oh,
had
you-
coffee.
Oh, you're talking to them. Huh? What? We've had our coffee this morning. Got the fan on too. You know why? Because it's humid. It's 93% humidity. Finally, we're in warm weather. On this door, on this side door, when you open it, you don't have to let it go all the way open to get out. You can stop it at any time, and you have the switch here, the switch up front, and also you can do it by just touching this button. As soon as it's far enough as you want, you just hit that button again, or this button, as you're going out, and walk out. That way it doesn't have to run the motor and go all the way back. There's no reason to let it go all the way back. And then when you're outside, you just reach over and or you can grab the handle outside, do the handle there or here, and it'll shut it right back again. Last night, I didn't even hook up any of our utilities because I didn't want to get eaten up by a gator, you know.
Gulf State Park Campground is one of the most beautiful state park campgrounds we have ever seen. The campground is located adjacent to Middle Lake, which is separated from the Gulf of Mexico by Perdido Beach Boulevard, also known as Highway 182. The Gulf State Park Campground has pickleball courts, a boat dock, an amphitheater, a nature center, bike rentals, a convenience store, a big laundry room, and a huge swimming pool. A couple days during the week, we got up earlier to drive down to the Gulf Shores Public Beach parking area,
Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, and we're going to go park down by the beach.
where we worked for the day with a beautiful view of the snow-white sandy beach and the sounds of the Gulf waters. We've got to admit, it's hard to work without wanting to walk the beach, but we are very grateful that we're at least able to work with such beautiful views like this from time to time.
So this little area here is free parking. Looks like on their sign paid parking from March 1st to November 30th.
Wait for our home to show on the horizon. Soon we'll be there. Hold on tight. I can smell the shore. It's right in front of us. If we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn.
try to kind of explore around a little bit today. We've done very little during the week after work because it gets dark early. But last couple days have been nice working down by the river, by the beach, just for the atmosphere. Just knowing that we were there and glancing out once in a while, and then taking a walk for a 15-minute lunch and in the evening there too. Got full hookups. There's our pedestal and sewer and water. Plenty of room here. Plenty of room. So every morning there is a bunch of people over here playing pickleball. We didn't even hook up last night because we had plenty of battery and enough fresh water. Tanks are not full enough to really empty yet. So, and tomorrow we leave and we head over to Destin, Florida for another state park. She's ready.
I don't know that.
Alexa didn't know that. Did I say Alexa? Alexa, cancel. Stopped and ate at Island Pancake House, and we wish we never did.
Yeah, don't bother. It's in the Best Western Hotel.
Yeah.
Nah.
You can't always trust all the reviews. I'm giving it a 4 at best.
Oh, well, I'm going to say a 5, so, yeah. I'd probably go with you.
You get the gist.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. And it was pricey to boot.
Yeah.
So it was, like, not worth it at all.
There's a lot of good food around this area, but we're kind of in a rush today, and the other place was a little further away, so we just decided to stop here. Now, where is it that the ferry leaves?
Fort Morgan.
Fort Morgan, okay. So far today they've been canceled due to the fog, and the next one's at 1:15. It is now 11:30, and they don't know. It depends on if the fog clears.
Right.
If they will have that one or not. We could either wait until 1:15 and take our chances, or we can drive over. Even though it's only 23 miles from here, there's a way that you can drive on that goes through Mobile and across the bridge.
So we'd have to go up to Mobile and then down.
So this bottom one is, if you take the ferry, and that top route, you have to go all the way around. That's an hour and 45 minutes. So let's say it's 2 hours by the time we get done talking here. That'd be 1:30, and we'd actually be on the island before the ferry, if the ferry got.
And the ferry is a 40-minute ride.
It's a 40-minute float.
Yeah. So actually, we would be quicker driving to get there.
But then we can take the ferry back.
If they're running it.
If they're running it. So we're going to take our chances because we'll have more time options coming back, and then that way we can show the ferry as well, and driving your vehicle, your RV on. Was there a limit? No, I think you.
Okay, so you can take your RV or camper, trailer, whatever.
Oh yeah,
on
because there's a campground over there.
Yeah. So there's a price if you are less than 22 feet. And then there's a price if you're over 22 feet. So since we're 24 feet, we would have to pay the higher price.
So
and he'll put the pricing up.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain. Beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. Something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dreamy, breezy we go. castles out of sand, reaching for the grand.
Probably a good thing we decided to drive, because if it wasn't foggy over on Gulf Shores, it's very foggy over here, so the next shuttle might not be running.
Very true.
Welcome to Fort Gaines.
Fort Gaines is a historic fort on Dauphin Island, Alabama. It was named after Edmund Pendleton Gaines. Established in 1821, it is best known for its role in the Battle of Mobile Bay during the American Civil War. The fort was partially modernized for the Spanish-American War. It is a tourist destination with tours and historical reenactment events, and the fort is considered to be one of the nation's best preserved Civil War-era masonry forts and has been nominated for the listing as a National Historic Landmark. The Battle of Mobile Bay of August 5, 1864 was a naval and land engagement of the American Civil War in which a Union fleet commanded by Rear Admiral David G. Farragut, assisted by a contingent of soldiers, attacked a smaller Confederate fleet by Admiral Franklin Buchanan and 3 forts that guarded the entrance to Mobile Bay: Fort Morgan, Fort Gaines, and Fort Powell. Farragut's order of "Damn the torpedoes, 4 bells, Captain Drayton go ahead, Jewett full speed," became famous in paraphrase as "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead."
Marker 1 is through the door and then to the right.
Okay.
There's a museum out there at marker 19, and when you're ready to exit, you come back in here.
Okay. That gift shop where we just got our ticket, that was the guardhouse. That is the south gun ramp.
The battle was marked by Farragut's seemingly rash but successful run through a minefield that had just claimed one of his ironclad monitors, enabling his fleet to get beyond the range of the shore-based guns. This was followed by a reduction of the Confederate fleet to a single vessel, ironclad CSS Tennessee. Tennessee did not then retire, but engaged the entire northern fleet.
These here are the gun mounts.
Tennessee's armor enabled her to inflict more injury than she received, but she could not overcome the imbalance in numbers. She was eventually reduced to a motionless hulk and surrendered, ending the battle.
Shell is going to show us where a shell hit.
Shell is showing a shell hit.
With no navy to support them, the 3 forts also surrendered within days. Complete control of Lower Mobile Bay thus passed to the Union forces.
You can't see it, but apparently there's a lighthouse that's been there since 1838. That away.
Significant masonry damage had been sustained during hurricanes and tropical storms during Fort Gaines' lifetime. Though this damage has been largely repaired, the fort continues to be under threat from erosion. The fort sits on the east end of Dauphin Island, only feet from the Gulf of Mexico. Ongoing erosional losses of sand dunes and beach total up to 10 feet per year. For these reasons, the Civil War Preservation Trust placed Fort Gaines on its History Under Siege listing on March 18, 2009. The listing identifies the 10 most endangered Civil War battlefields in the United States. Additionally, it was placed on the list of America's 11 most endangered historic places by the National Trust for Historic Preservation in 2011.
They were called disappearing cannons because for loading purposes, the cannons were lowered to the level of the concrete platform, and to fire, they were raised above the wall. It's saying this is a northwest bastion. This bastion is preserved in its original condition. Note the craftsmanship and engineering expertise which went into the brick wall of the tunnel. On each side, facing the moat, are embrasures for firing small arms. 4 24-pounder howitzers were mounted here in 1861.
Long before Spanish and French explorers reached these shores, Dauphin Island was popular with Native Americans who came there to fish, hunt, and gather oysters and other shellfish that grew in profusion in Mobile Bay. Traces of their presence can still be seen today at Shell Mound Park on the island's north shore. When the French landed on Dauphin Island in 1699, they found so many skeletons scattered on the beach that they thought a massacre had taken place there. The French named the island Massacre Island and established a settlement on the island. In 1711, the colony was raided by pirates, but the settlement survived. By 1717, Dauphin Island was the home of the French Governor General of Louisiana, who lived in a home at today's Cadillac Square. It was the French, in fact, who gave the island its name, after a member of French royalty, Dauphin. Before becoming part of the United States, the island passed through British and Spanish hands. To defend its new territory of Alabama, the government built Fort Gaines on Dauphin Island between 1819 and 1853. After Farragut and his ships forced their way into the bay, Union soldiers laid siege to Fort Gaines, which surrendered on August 8, 1864.
This is the bakery. I'm going to go in and see if they got any rolls.
I've got plenty of rolls.
Pick your potty.
Pick your potty.
It's my potty and I cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Ugh.
The lower level of the structure was used for storage of powder and shells.
They used hooks for handling the ammunition and moving it to the level above the door where the guns were located.
Like from an old ship. This is the officers' quarters, and it used to be 3 stories tall. The upper floors were destroyed during the Battle of Mobile Bay. The kitchen courtyard, and that is the large cistern, and then the fireplaces and ovens were used daily in preparation of food at the fort.
Dinner's ready.
Well, that pretty much concludes our trip here to the
Fort Gaines.
Fort Gaines, except for one last thing as we're going out. What is it?
This is the entrance tunnel. Call it the Sally Port.
I suppose we should thank Sally for the port. Shouldn't we?
John Wayne wasn't even born yet. This was
Doesn't matter, we can still thank her.
The good and the bad. The good is that we came, and it's a good thing that we drove over, because the bad is the ferry's closed all day because of this fog.
It just got worse,
So-
they said, so.
And it just got worse because now we got to drive that hour and 45 minutes back instead of taking the ferry. But we go to Destin tomorrow, and the weather gets colder. What is it with Destin and us? We have the worst luck with Destin.
We
Every time we
do.
go there, the weather goes, oh, here they come.
We're getting cold.
We give it our best. But sometimes we need to stop to see what we have ourselves. I'm grateful about everything because
Well, we were going to stop at the aquarium, but we're kind of running out of time, and we were supposed to meet a couple friends for dinner, longtime followers, but become good friends. So we're just going to drive through the island here and start heading back. We were hoping that we can catch the ferry and it would get us back sooner.
No ferry today.
let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click that little bell, and hit that thumbs up. See you next week.